Alright guys, and welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd do a nice easy video for this Sunday, and we're just going to go over the bits of my car that I want to improve, the parts I want to sort of buy in the future, and yeah, general upgrades I want to do on the 182 really. So maybe a slight backing track of a chainsaw and lawnmowers and stuff, but that's what we get in this quarantine malarkey. But yeah, I'm just going to be talking about the 182 and what upgrades I want to do. If you are enjoying my videos, please do smash that like button right now. If you're new, sub. So starting with the exterior of the car, we're talking about the front first of all. I still need to install my bulbs that aren't orange, they're like the bubble effect ones. I need to get those in because I don't like the orange lights. I've only got two for the front, so we still need to get some for the back lights, but we'll worry about that another day, whether I get Silvertech ones or similar to well, I need to work out what they are again, but I bought them off someone on Facebook, where they only had two. I haven't even tried them yet, so I don't know if they work. Next, I want to get rid of the fog. Someone asked me in the last video about changing them to LED lights, but I just don't want them in general. I want the air ducts that will run up to the induction kit, and that one will either be a blank or I don't really know what to do with that side, but they will both be air ducts at the front, so there will be no more light, just a nice little duct. There's a few options for that. I can get the nice cheap ones off eBay, or on eBay again there's a sort of more expensive ones like race or just road use ones. The race ones sort of cup out a little bit, so you'll see a bit of an edge, and the other ones sit flush, which look really nice, but obviously they're more expensive, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet, whether I go cheapo or expensive. But in general I'm still happy with that splitter at the front. Obviously you've got CM composites, I think it is, do obviously a race splitter, and then you can have the rods that attach to the bumper, and that looks really cool, but that's not really a priority for me right now. Headlights, actually coming to that before I forget that, maybe a black insert headlight, or just generally headlights that are fully intact, because this one is fine, but obviously the driver one is held on by zip ties and Gorilla Glue and stuff like that, so maybe a black insert headlight if we could would be cool. If not, these are starting to need a clean up again. They're starting to haze on the top, so I might have to get one of the headlight restoration kits if I can't find any new headlights. So the next thing I want to talk about is the wheels. Obviously we've got the Team Dynamic 1.2 Pro Race 15-inch wheels on at the moment, and what I want to do is get a refurb, mainly because I don't know if the last owner was trying to paint the right in black, because it's sort of half done here and kind of is done there, or whether that's just peeling. It's peeling on the inside as well, and these caps have got like a fogging on the inside. I don't know if that's just from moisture build-up and just gone a little bit crappy, so I want to get refurb and new caps just to make them look decent. I think I'm going to go anthracite wheels and just a black cap. So that brings me on to another upgrade for a little bit later, is the brakes. It's like a performance one. I want to do some of those as well, but yeah, definitely want to do something with the wheels because a bit of a moisture build-up or something. And this one's a little bit worse around the edges, but just new caps and a nice sprayed up wheels would be decent. I got these nice and cheap anyway for about, I can't remember how much I paid, 220 quid, and normally they sell for 300 plus, so it was a great buy anyway. But the car's sitting a lot better now that it's settled. I want to see how we get on with scuffing and things, and if I do take the back seats out we might even be able to go a little bit lower, because at the moment the space is only a 5mm, and that's something that I want to look towards as well. As I said in my video, that when I installed it, there's still a fair few gap there. Someone said about 10mm sub-axle spaces, that's probably the best idea, is to go with that, because I think 5's not enough, but I also think 15 to 20 might be too much. I'm going to start catching that arch again, but if you don't know, I've got my arches rolled. But yeah. And other things for the exterior on the side while we're here is the bullets. I want to do something a little bit more funky with the bullets. Maybe I'll go anthracite and red writing. So anthracite to match the wheels, red writing to match the brakes that I want to get refurbed in red through MS Custom Engineering as well. So the spoiler at the moment is obviously just the standard 182 one. But I want to go for a trophy, not a V6. If you don't know what V6 is, just a bit more of a ducktail, so it's a bit higher, but I don't really think that it fits the car, so I definitely want to look towards whether it's a rep or genuine. I don't really mind, but yeah, get one, get a sprayed black gold and get it on, because I think that makes a massive difference to the back of the car. I've obviously done the badge, I've done the wiper delete, exhaust, rear lights with that orange bulb that needs to go. But that's it really. Oh, actually coming to plates, loads of people say about the smaller plate at the front of the car. I can't remember how much it goes down, but it runs with the body line, so the body line is here, and it takes about that much off the bottom of the plate and squashes the plate up a little bit so it fits in there better. I might do that. It's a nice cheap thing to do, but these plates are pretty new anyway, so I don't know how I feel about it quite yet. And, point missed earlier, I want to get rid of the nipples. Whether I just buy the cheap little bungs that you push in, you paint just a little circle, or I look towards getting the actual washer blanks from the cups. It's like a diamond, but they're 30 quid plus at the moment. I think it's 35. I've seen the fiberglass ones on eBay, and then you've got to paint them as well, so I might just go bungs, just go cheaper on that and just have a little circle to push in, but I do want to get rid of them because they are ugly. That's it really for the exterior. So we're going to jump underneath the bonnet. As you know, if you watch my channel already, this has been the main sort of focal point for the moment, with everything being new and shiny pretty much. I got all the red. I did put a bit under there as well, which annoys me that it's showing now, but that's just to stop rattling. So I'd use exactly the same tube as I did for the washer jets. And the only bits I want to do underneath here are an engine mount. I need to install my anthracite one that got painted by Max as well, and obviously I want a power flex bush in there as well to make it nice and solid, unless it makes everything rattle a little bit more. And I don't know, so I don't know how I feel about it, but let me know how you feel, because I'm still a bit on the fence. Cover caps, I'm not sure if I want an engine brace or anything like that, sorry, a strut brace, but I'm pretty sure I'm kind of there. Obviously we could go red pipes for all of that jazz, but that's another 100-150 quid, so currently not so, but cover caps are about 20, and get my mount, and the power flex mount is about 25 I think, unless you get a second hand, 25-30. But that's the engine bay, which is the sexiest part so far. Cool, so yeah, jumping into the interior now. This is another bit I want to talk about, what things I want. Obviously I've recently installed the black seat belts. That's the first time I plugged it in. It's weird sat in here anyway, but I'm a lot happier with these black seat belts other than the silver ones, because they don't show up the dirt. Obviously I've given them a clean, but they're not going to go from silver to like browny grey, so I'm well happy about that. If you haven't seen that already, that's a previous video if you're looking to do black seat belts or vice versa. I got set for sale if you want some. Other things for the interior, I was looking at gear sticks. Someone's been well, you've seen a few people breaking cars recently because they've got so much time on their hands, looking towards a PMS gear stick. Obviously currently I don't have my whole plastics thing in there, so my gear stick's all nice and free, but I do have my gator done by Snappy to match my steering wheel, but I can still use that on the PMS shifter, but I think I want the one with the carbon pole, and the ones I've seen recently aren't, so whether I just bite the bullet and buy new when they're back in stock and get the carbon pole, I might have to do that, or I can get a second hand one. I'm pretty sure you can buy the carbon pole separately, so I'm not sure that's too much of a biggie, but it's just one of those things. I've got the other carbon pieces in here, so I think that would be nice if that matched. Obviously I've been talking about removing the back bench. I put the back bench in for the MOT because I had the seat belts in, and apparently if you have seat belts you need a back bench, or you need seats for people to sit on with the seat belts for it to pass the MOT. So I put all that back in, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to whip it out for a bit. So I want to buy a rear boot mat. I'm pretty sure they go for about 40 to 50 quid, but obviously I want a black one with red to keep the colour going. That would be pretty cool, but if there is just a black on black or a black on grey, that'd be fine as well. But yeah, I want a rear boot mat just to try it for a bit without anything in the back. I think that's something I want to push towards in the interior, and yeah, have a bit of a bigger space in the back. It's going to be a bit of a pain if M ever wants to come with me and Harrison and stuff like that, but I don't know, I just want a car with only 2 seats in it for a bit, just to see what it's like. I know it's not going to be a massive difference, but I don't know, I just want to try it. I think it'd be quite cool. Oh, I don't know if you can see the blue roll in the back, let's not worry about that. It's just me testing for damp, which we haven't got any. It's rained once and no water seemed to appear in the car. I don't know how long it was building up over time before, but so far so good. But we're waiting for some heavy rain so I can check to make sure that there isn't any coming back, because the sponge is now nice and dry in the airing cupboard, much to my delight and Emily's disgust. But that can go back in as soon as I'm 100% sure that no rainwater is going to get inside. So yeah, I want to get the back seats out. Yeah, moving on to another one, which is not something I need. It just looked really cool. So Aaron on Instagram did it in his car, and he's got a little gauge on the pillar on the driver's side. It pokes out and looks all cool and badass and stuff like that, but just for oil temp. But I'm not sure how much I want it. It just looks really cool. We turn on the car and all the numbers come up and looking pretty and telling you how hot the oil is. But you have just your normal oil temperature down here, but I don't know if I'm going to go for it. It'd be quite cool having a boost gauge there, but is it worth the faff for an oil gauge? It does look pretty cool, and I'm pretty sure it all comes to about 40-50 quid just to have a pretty little gauge flashing at you. I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe you guys can twist my mind, maybe, whether it's a good or a bad idea. It does look cool on Aaron's when he started it up and it flicked up little numbers. I've always wanted something like that. Maybe I should just stop being a fanny and boost my car and actually put a boost gauge there. That'd be cool. But that's mainly it for the interior. I want to do another video somewhere of what I would push this car towards if I had more income, let's say. If I had more money coming in, I'd like to sort of do more and other pieces to it to make it a monster, pretty well, not a monster, but I wouldn't go mad for like high boost, but you know what lines I'm thinking down. But there's a lot more and differently I'd do to the interior as well if money was less of an option in my life, but I might leave that for another video. But so far, yeah, I'm happy with it. I still need to message back, I think it's Cheapskate Racing on Instagram. He messaged me about his door handles. That's just made me think about that actually. I need to message him tonight. And he's got a second-hand set for me that he said he'd send for free, so thank you so much. I will be getting them off you if you wouldn't mind still sending them. That'd be lovely. So for you guys, I'll be able to sand those up and paint them. And for me personally, then I can see, looking at them now, they look spot on as they are. They've got a nice little glitter to them. They're nice and smooth, but will I like them painted once more? And it makes another video, so we'll see. Really happy with the interior, really happy with underneath the bonnet. Not happy with the bonnet, it's obviously still stone chipped to mad, but I'm always looking for yeah, nicer conditioned bonnets and stuff like that. People keep bringing up as well, people keep saying to me, why have you got cup this, why have you got cup that in your car? And do you know what, the honest answer is I don't have a clue. I might ask on the group, because I've got the cup back bench, I've got the cup Recaros. Yes, these could have been put in after, but them seats were so hard to get out, they couldn't have been. I've got the cup little, whatever this is, it's not suede, it's like a funny, so that's what happens in the cup, because I've obviously seen other people's Clios and go, why is yours different? It's more of a suede feel to it than whatever this carpet malarkey is. My carpet's in the boot. Underneath that, go back to the point where all the cup cars go to, it doesn't extend further, so obviously in the other ones you have half suede, half leather back bench with the headrests, but on mine I don't. So obviously with those, one seat can fold down and the other two stay up and vice versa, whereas on this the whole bench folds forward, and so the carpet goes further back to sort of cover that and show no metal, but mine doesn't. So I want to know if mine's a cup. They didn't do any black golds in cup, but I can't see someone changing all the seats, changing all the carpet so it goes back to there. Changing the door cards so it's like that, because in all honesty I prefer the door cards as the suede one because they just feel better. It doesn't bother me that much, but I'm just saying that's what I would prefer. But I don't know, what do you guys think? I don't know if I should ask on the Facebook group because I might get absolutely ripped, but is my black gold a cup? I might even do a video on it, all the little bits. Surely there's something a little bit more in depth that can show me whether it's a cup or not. Maybe you guys will know. Hopefully you guys can tell me that. I might put this towards the front of the video so you can, so everyone will see it. But yes, I'm pretty sure that's it. No, there's not. No. So we're going to move on. So a couple of performance upgrades that we're going for. Obviously I've done the MS Custom Engineering inlets. I've done the induction kit. Yes, some people say that there's barely any games for it at all, but I've tried to move it obviously to the furthest point, which is the best place. A lot of people do an induction kit where it just comes out and is right next to the engine, but you've got to try and get it further away. I suppose the performance upgrade could be those air ducts bringing cold air up to the induction kit, so there's actually going to be cold air there. But I also want to upgrade my brakes, so whether that's, well, not whether that's, it'd be going to max for like a refurb, and obviously painting them red, which would be cool. But at that point I want to do new pads or upgraded pads. I've heard loads about the DS 2500s, I think they are. I think a lot of people recommend them. I don't know if it's for road or track, but there's a lot to look into. So pads, discs, and fluid is a massive one apparently as well. So they're the three things I want to upgrade with the brakes, and I think that'll make a massive difference to performance. But obviously on like a safety side of things as well, brakes are important in a car, as well as tyres are. And that's something that I definitely want to get on these Team Dynamics as well. Once I've burnt the rubber off these cheapy ones that are on at the moment, I think they're I don't know what they are actually. There might be budgets all round. But that's it, I think, for performance upgrades, other than I suppose the gear stick can be classed as a performance upgrade. Still want to get the dog bone mount for the gear box mount, just to tighten up the gears a little bit more. The gears are still all loose and jumbo. Now that I've come back from the 197 and sat in here, I've moved the car a couple of times and just putting it in gear and it's still wobbling around like jelly. Is upsetting me a little bit. So I want to do the dog bone mount. That's number one on the list, is to find a dog bone mount. I haven't seen anyone selling anyone recently, so I want to get a Powerflex one of those that's already done ideally, so I could take mine off and put another one in. And yeah, and the last point I put on there was just other Powerflex bushes. If you guys have done lots of Powerflex bushes, so obviously I'm considering the engine mount, I can get in the dog bone mount, but any other bushes, Powerflex, that you think makes a massive difference to the car and doesn't increase rattling inside too much, because this is still my sort of weekend fun driving car, but it's still going to be taking me and Em around, and me and Harrison and stuff like that. So I still want it to be normal-ish, but not rattle like a madman. So that's it for today's video. I've chatted forever. Hopefully this has given you a good insight into what I want to do with the channel still. That all put together, it probably will add to a fair amount of money, but I can keep saving slowly but surely and doing little mods and little parts. But I'm trying to keep up with the videos for you guys on this. So this is Sunday now, so I need to get in and edit this and get it up as fast as I can, because it is 5:30, which might be pushing it for my computer. But yeah, thank you for tuning in as always. Always like, always comment, always subscribe. Help me out in the comments, because I've put in loads of questions. What do you think is a good idea? What do you think is a bad idea? And I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.